have to show you this. That's absolutely amazing. It's like something off Mario Brothers. It's a great big mushroom. I'm actually stood pretty much in the centre circle of the football pitch for the old team that used to play here in Pripyat. I'm hanging back a little bit from the rest of the group because every time I try to film something they have to make silly noises, so it's a lot easier for me to just do this and I'd have to fool around editing. But just behind me is the stand. That's the word I was looking for. She was just saying that the football team at the time was actually very, very good, and they were, you know, in the first league. So I don't really know much about them, to be quite honest. I think I've just upset the guide. This is one of the residential parts now. We just come out of the stadium. That's the entrance just there. The turnstiles were there. And now there's just blocks of flats. The weirdest part about these flats is they don't look like they've been abandoned for that long. I'll tell you what. They've stopped doing it now. Oh. Over the other side where we first came in, everything just looked, you know, just as it should do, run down, trashed. And the apartment blocks over this side, there's barely any smashed windows. They must be made out of like a different sort of material, a different finishing, because they still look quite good. I'll turn the camera. It's not really picking it up now, but they're not all that bad. I was talking about the bus earlier on. This is the thing. Now, luckily, we haven't seen anybody from that, because that would just be a nightmare, wouldn't it? It's one of the old style post boxes. You just lift it up, pop it in there. There is actually one in Chernobyl, and I thought we were going back, so there's quite a bit that I missed out actually in the town centre that I want to talk about. But you can see it's been here that long that the tree's actually growing around it now. Just inside school number 3. What she said is within Pripyat town, or the city, there were like 5 like micro sub-districts, and there was no public transport in these districts, so that the people were expected to walk everywhere. The only real public transport you had was for the workers to get to the... I could hear something really weird then, but I think it's a bird outside. Yeah, the only public transport was for the workers to get to the power plant. So there we go. Now inside this room, I'm just waiting for them to finish talking. Then I'll go in. It's something that everybody will recognise. If you've seen pictures of this place, just a room full of gas masks. One or two of them still have the like tins on the end, you know, like the filtration unit, but most of them don't. This is just a typical classroom, physics classroom. It's 40% proof, whatever it is. It was just the amount of books here, just hundreds of them, possibly thousands, that you're just walking on. It's just everywhere. They were very big on parquet flooring back in them days. Now, I don't know if this one was the same, but the one in the cultural centre, the parquet flooring was laid by the same guy who actually did the parquet flooring inside Kiev's like capital building. So that's how much in high regard that this city was held. Just another demonstration as to why you shouldn't really be inside the buildings. And if you can see how warped that the wall is, it's all starting to come away, plaster's all over the floor. And as I say, these buildings aren't maintained, so they're always going to go like this. You know, there's that every chance. We're just in the hall, like the PE room.
Oh, balcony.
Oh.
Do you have the same swimming pools in England?
Now this swimming pool was actually used after the disaster, after the accident, and the people who were staying here, they regularly came. Now, I'm sure you can imagine it's deep, but to stand and see it is massive. Really is, which I suppose it's going to have to be because it's got diving boards. So as you can see, just over there is the power plant. And just looking around at the town. Just over there is the Ferris wheel. We'll walk over to the other side and you'll see Duga, where we were yesterday. Side, right over there in the distance. That's Duga. It's just weird to think that this was someone's house. This is where the people lived. You know, the bathtub, the toilet, which someone's used. In here, the kitchen. And then it looks like they have a sitting room and bedroom together. I'm not too sure if that's what the case was. But other than that, that's everything in here. So possibly so, yeah. This one's much bigger. It's like a bedroom, a balcony. There's the kitchen. Right. I just slipped then. This is like a 2-room apartment. I just see the wallpaper there. Then you've just got a separate toilet and bathroom, which you can't see because my flash isn't working. As I said earlier, it's weird to think that people left here without taking any of their belongings. They were told they'd be back in 3 days, so they just picked up what they could carry with them, thinking they'd be coming back and living again, and they just never returned. So this one's even bigger. This one's got 3 rooms. You can see this was like the living room with the balcony, beautiful view. Kitchen. Storage space there. One room, and then another room, and then again the separate bathroom, and then toilet in there. These are the old lifts. So you can see looters have been and taken anything of value, or even including the stair handrails. So they're not here anymore.
Great success.
That was fantastic. That felt very conspicuous.
That is just where we've been. Do you know, the thing is, until you've seen where people lived, it never really becomes that personal. As I said when I was up there, these people who lived here thought they were coming back in 3 days' time, so they only brought certain things with them, and they left everything else. You know, there was one we went in, there was people's clothes, another there were photos, there were documents, and that's when you realise, you know, how could you pack if you were leaving your house for what you thought was just 3 days? What would you take with you? Because I haven't got a bloody clue where I'd start, you know.